are still documents that need to be seen by.
Time to act. Body and mind. Time to act.
Illusion shattered!
Goba, get them!
There is no escape!
I should have stayed indoors today. All right, amuse me. Faster? Okay, faster. Wheel of life.
Illusion shattered!
Nice and spiky! Yeah. That's quite enough. Emerge.
There is no escape!
Goba, get them! I want to build a snowman. Will you help?
shattered. Right here. Emerge.
Life goes on.
Right now.
The frying pan into the fire!
Illusion shattered. Right here. Emerge. Right now. A sight to behold.
You're toast!
There is no escape. Right here, right now.
Faster? Okay, faster.
Astra Abbott. Thank you for complete. Ad Astra. Ad Astra. You have already claimed. Ad Astra. Yes. I'm afraid that I have another task that requires your assistance. The Adventurers Guild has recently received a commission directly from the Tenryou Commission. After assessing the assignment, the Guild has
Just another day on the job for us!
Allow me to explain. The Tenryou Commission recently issued an arrest warrant for a young Oni by the name of Arataki Ito.
An Oni? You mean those big, tough-looking guys with horns on their heads?
That's correct. This particular Oni is quite vocal and audacious, so he already has quite the reputation on the streets. So it came as a surprise to learn that he has recently been accused of stealing things, and sometimes even whisking away the people themselves. But it doesn't end there. When the Tenryou Commission dispatched a Doshin to apprehend him, he assaulted the Doshin before making a getaway with his accomplices.
So let Paimon guess. No problemo! This does sound—
I have complete confidence you will succeed. However, please exercise caution. This Oni also happens to hold a vision, and
On second thought, Paimon will leave the fighting to you.
we are still investigating Arataki Ito's potential motives behind these incidents, as well as his current whereabouts. But please ask around in the streets as well. There will likely be others more familiar with Ito's circumstances than I am, who can provide you with useful information. Thank you. I will await your return. Ad Astra Avisask.
Restaurant?
Well, let's start asking around on the streets. Hopefully we'll learn a little more about this Arataki Ito guy and figure out where he might have run off to.
Arataki Ito? Yeah, I've heard of the guy. Word is, he did something and to be completely honest, I was a little surprised when I first heard it. Okay, well, I mean, not that surprised.
Wait, you mean he already had a bad reputation?
No, not exactly. He's just very overbearing in everything he does. Big and brash and always making a ruckus. So, on the one hand, he's a larger-than-life kind of guy. But on the other hand, he's emotionally volatile. When he's in a good mood, he's as high as a kite. But when he gets upset, he gets completely enraged. I don't personally see him as a bad guy, but I guess I wouldn't put it past him to get all riled up and lose control. I'm afraid that I'm not too sure myself. I keep a pretty good eye on what's happening in the city, and as far as I can tell, he just idles the days away. When someone asks for it, he's willing to lend a helping hand, but other than that, he's just out making a scene with the kids on the street or his gang. If I had to guess, his lack of income...
Is it just Paimon, or is this Ito fella?
I'm afraid that I don't have much else to tell you. He tends to spend his time with... Perhaps you could try asking him...
Okay, thanks.
Arataki Ito? Oh yeah. I heard about that whole thing. I'm sure it must have been a mix-up on the Tenryou Commission's end. He could never do anything so dastardly.
Huh? How can you be so sure? Is he really as trustworthy as all that?
No, perhaps you misunderstand me. When I said he could never do anything dastardly, I meant he literally doesn't have what it takes. Maybe a story will explain it better. So, he used to spend a lot of time playing rock, paper, scissors and hide and seek with the kids on the streets. Kids, being kids, aren't exactly the most difficult to outsmart. I'm sure you can see what I'm getting at here. He used to lose all the time, sometimes catastrophically.
On purpose, though, right?
No, not at all. The one time I saw him win, he started jumping around and yelling, "I won! I finally won! I'm unbeatable!" And so on. Then he took the kid's candy as his prize and ate it right there in front of him.
Ugh, that's just plain wrong.
He did take it way too far that time. The poor kid started crying, so I stepped in and gave Ito a scolding. He was pretty quick to admit that he was fully in the wrong, and it wasn't long before the kid had stopped crying and was laughing and playing again as if nothing had ever happened. In fact, the children quite like playing with him because he's always serious about the stakes and never throws a game on purpose. So, I suppose what I'm trying to say is a guy who can't even beat kids at a children's game really gonna be capable of these kinds of diabolical deeds?
Huh. He doesn't sound like a bad guy at all. In fact, he kind of sounds like a man of integrity.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. Still, the Tenryou Commission's evidence against him is supposed to be irrefutable. So, I'm not trying to condone his actions or anything. If he really has messed up big time, then he should face the consequences just like anyone else.
Thanks for the info. We'll keep asking around.
Arataki Ito. Of course I know. We know he's already left Inazuma City, but with no clues to follow, we have no choice but to commission up...
Catherine says that Arataki Ito has... Paimon's curious. Is there evidence of all this stuff he's accused of?
Yes, of course. Otherwise, we'd never have put so many people on the case. For starters, most thieves will try to devise a way to conceal their identity, but for an Oni, the horns are a dead giveaway. I mean, the whole city could have recognized it was him. At first, he was just one of our suspects, but when we went to investigate, he personally confessed to everything and started trying to provoke the officers. What's most frustrating is that he then managed to escape along with his entire gang. He must have been planning the whole thing right from the start. Of course he did. Whether material or psychological, there is plenty of evidence either way. He's never had a Mora to his name his entire life, and he's never kept down a real job. Word is that he also takes care of someone in his gang, and that the burden of it takes quite the toll on him. After scrounging for a living all these years, maybe he thought that being the bad guy would be an easier ride. As for his psychological motives, it's a bit embarrassing to talk about, but we confiscated his vision during the Vision Hunt Decree. At the time, Arataki Ito put up quite a fight. It took a huge amount of manpower and resources, and in the end we had to enlist the help of Kujo Sara to finally secure his vision. The Vision Hunt was a mistake, but we never expected that he would go to such extreme lengths to take revenge on us.
He does sound a little unstable, just like people have been saying.
If the two of you are able to capture Arataki Ito, please bring him straight here. We'll handle him from there.
Thanks for all the info. Too bad we still don't know where he could have run off to. We already got word on the street, so maybe it's time to talk to a real specialist.
Have we really run out of
Haina remembers that there's a detective agency here in Inazuma. Maybe we can try asking there.
magical powers to heal your body and soul?
You saw right through my disguise. Odd. Even the Shrine Maiden often struggles to find me. Huh? My tail was sticking out? I must have been too nervous and failed to fully utilize my ninjutsu technique. So, what do you need? Well, I heard that Shimura has added a delicious new dish to their menu. And Yai Publishing House has some good light novels. Oh, and the dip in ice at bathhouse is always nice. So, today's weather is perfect for all that stuff. So, what can I do for you? No, really, I'm not up to anything. I'm just a little tired and thought I could use a good nap. I'll be going now. Don't bother chasing me again. You won't be able to catch me anyway. Oh no, anything but that. You're just as difficult as the Shrine Maiden. Come on, just let me go, would you? Oh, fine. But if I tell you the truth, I don't want to hear any complaints, no matter how crazy the truth may seem. So, you know I'm in the Shumatsu-ban, right? Well, it's our job to take care of matters that are inconvenient to the higher-ups, which sometimes includes ambushing people. Huh? Doesn't that intimidate you even a little bit? You do know what that means, right? And still no reaction, huh? Don't tell me it's because of my height. Anyway, being ambushed is pretty scary. You should at least try to express a little concern. Actually, according to my orders, you are. Though I have no intention of really attacking you. I don't get it. They never assigned me this... All this craziness is starting to interfere with my sleep schedule. I was worried who knows what you'd do if you knew that I was out to ambush you. Yet, when I told you, you didn't so much as flinch. I guess that actually made me feel a lot better. Who do you want to talk to? Someone in the Yashiro Commission? She's the one who's been assigned to supervise my work. She always tries to catch me whenever I'm slacking off, but she would probably... Fine. I'll take you to her. But I'll have to hide, and then they'll sentence me to all kinds of work. Which will really... Please, she's quite perceptive. You mustn't tell her that you've seen me anywhere. You got that?
Faster? Okay, faster.
I didn't expect to see you here. You're the traveler, right? Yes, Miss Kamisato has spoken of you before. You seem familiar, it appeared. May I ask what brings you here? It just so happens I'm looking for a little child by the name of Sayu. She's a ninja, with a nasty habit of disappearing the moment I turn around. She's always neglectful of her duties. She often comes here to take a nap, but it seems she's already predicted that I would come looking for her. You haven't happened to see her anywhere, have you? She's wearing a Mojina costume. Pretty hard to miss. Really? Well then, I suppose I'll just have to keep searching for her. Oh? How could that be? How did you catch wind of this? Did you encounter the ninja tasked with the matter? Huh. Well, I'm sure there's no need to worry. You're probably just overthinking things. After all, you have been of great service to the Yashiro Commission, and many are thankful for your actions. How could anyone even consider dispatching a ninja to attack you? Like Sayu? You mean to say that this matter is related to Sayu? There's absolutely no need to worry about Sayu. If anything, she's extremely loyal and would never act presumptuously. Though she often neglects her duties as a ninja and seems to never heed instructions, she's certainly not one to go against our principles. Given her age, such portentous tasks are not assigned to her. What's the matter? Are you still worried? All right, just to be sure, I shall personally inquire about this matter with the Yashiro Commission. Though I am the Shrine Maiden, it is also part of my duties to take on work from the Shumatsuban. Yes, of course. I am sorry that this matter has taken up so much of your time. I'll be sure to look into it and get back to you as soon as possible.
Phew, that was close. Thanks for not ratting me out. Even I find it hard to sleep through a tense moment like that. I don't know where else to start. Oh, But there is one official guy who is responsible for delivering orders from the Yashiro Commission to the Shumatsuban. Anyone with missions like this will report directly to him. But I never received those kinds of missions, so I've hardly ever spoken to him before. Okay, what's the plan? Huh? But I can't do that. I mean, I can't even squish an Onikabuto. There's no way I... Oh, wait. You said pretend, didn't you? Oh, I get it. We'll take the evidence, stuff it in a bag, and write my name in... But that's a lot to... Oh, fine. I guess my nap will have to wait till... Your evidence caught his attention right away. He gave me a different location to meet him at later. Strange. Why wouldn't we just meet at the police station? Let's go to the meeting point. I want to settle this quickly.
Faster? Okay, faster.
Sayu, is it true? Have you completed the mission? I don't recall you ever taking any ambush missions before.
Well, you see, all it took was one thump. Then...
Oh no. How could this... Don't you usually just ignore your orders from the Shumatsuban? How was I supposed...
Well, I don't feel sleepy every day, you know? So don't underestimate me. My sensei did teach me some ambush technique.
I see.
Hey, wait! Don't leave! Traveler, you can come out now!
Huh? Explain yourself, Sayu. What's going on here? So, you were lying to me the whole time? The Traveler is still alive?
Shrine Maiden already confirmed that there was no such mission. So we decided to catch you red-handed in your own game, you sneaky sneak.
Wait, I can explain! It's not what you think. Yes, I was the one who forged the ambush mission, but... Just hear me out. You see, last night, my little daughter suddenly disappeared from home. I was starting to get worried when a Kairagi appeared at my door and told me they'd taken her. They told me I'd only see my kid again if I did exactly as they said. Their terms were for me to forge orders from the Yashiro Commission and
Huh? That doesn't make sense. Why would the Kairagi want to ambush the Traveler? And why the Shumatsuban? Oh, no wonder.
That seems about right. I was puzzled myself, but they didn't tell me anything. And I was scared out of my wit. Then it dawned on me that Sayu was the only ninja that never carried out such confrontational tasks. So I thought that if I assigned the task to Sayu, it wouldn't be a threat to my surprise. Just as I was about to secretly contact the Tenryo Commission and save my kid, I found Sayu's bag in the mission crate.
No wonder you looked so unhappy when I met with you.
Of course, given the Traveler's position in the Yashiro Commission, who would dare make any move against them? After hearing Sayu carried out the task, to be honest, I was...
He seems to be telling the truth. Are the Kairagi still holding your child?
Yes, that's right. Myself, if the Kairagi catch on to us, they might harm my...
Seems we need to come up with a plan.
What do you suggest?
Think about it this way. If I did successfully ambush the Traveler, you...
I see. I'll use the evidence to rescue my daughter.
No worries. We'll be hiding nearby, so we can act if we need to. It's a serious situation. We should all be vigilant.
Then it's decided. I'll contact the Kairagi as well as the Tenryo Commission. My child's safety is in your hands. Please, don't let anything happen to her.
Faster? Okay, faster.
It seems the Kairagi has arrived. Oh, even after they hear the news that the ambush has been completed, there's no... They really have no honor, do they? I see. Alright, I'll stay wide awake and fully alert.
Alright. You asked me to dispatch a ninja to get rid of the Traveler. Well, the deed is done.
Oh, is that so? Show me. Seems legit. How could I forget this gaudy hair color? Imagine, a traveler from another land just coming here. Too bad he never had the chance to learn from his mistakes.
Well then, I've held up my end of the deal.
Oh? You
What?
I only said that it was over for her unless you do as I say. I think we've held up our terms. This way. I'm sure you'll be willing as...
Huh?
You dare speak in such a tone with me? Don't let me lose my temper. Who's to say that I won't do away with the both of you? I can do anything when I'm angry. Or perhaps you feel bolder now because you've already ratted on me to the shogunate.
Huh? No, but my child...
Let me think about it. And while I'm thinking, you can use these invincible
Huh? How could I do that?
That's not my problem to figure out. It's yours. Enough talking.
Hey! You really think we just let...
Huh? Who are you? Ninja? And you? Aren't you supposed to be... Gawa, this isn't over. You'll pay for that.
It's my day.
What's one more opponent?
Rise, flow.
Right here.
Can't catch me!
Illusion shattered. I'm always watching.
How's this?
So much for eternity.
Oh my god. To the ferry.
Fall before me!
Nice and spicy! That really hurt! Hey,
I'm ready!
can't catch me! Come on out!
Now you shall perish.
You win this battle. Not another You certainly live up to your reputation. There's no doubt. Best not do anything too hasty. We wouldn't want to... Don't test me. I'll... Wait. Huh? How did this happen? When did you...
You've heard how skilled the ninja of the Shumatsuban are, haven't you? Too easy. So easy that...
Huh? You little brat!
Stop right there! Is this the suspect behind the incident you reported?
Yes, that's right. Kotomi is already safe. Quick, you must apprehend him immediately.
Ah!
Don't cry, my dear. Daddy's here. Everything's all right now. Come now, you should thank these two. Without them...
Thank you, Mr. Traveler.
Miss Ninja. Don't mention it. It's nothing for a ninja.
Such agility. And the way you handled that... As for Sayu, I had thought that you'd given up on your ninja training. If you don't mind, thank you. All of you. I could never repay you. Please take care. The road is still dangerous.
Thank you, Mr. Traveler. And Miss Ninja.
Hey, please wait a second. This isn't the first time the Kairagi have done something like this. With a little further investigation, I think we could track down the bigger fish. Well, to be honest, I couldn't care less at first. All that ambushing, but after witnessing the crying kid and that big net at that moment, the situation, in the end, the little girl thanked us and even called me Miss Ninja. No one has ever... don't count on it. This time was just an exception. Sleeping is still what I do best. In fact, once this is all over with, I'm going to find a nice, comfy spot where nobody can find me and take a long nap. Yes, I'm getting sleepy. No need. Let's head back first. So don't worry about...
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Recently, the Adventurers Guild has received an unusual...
The Traveler would be the most suitable candidate, right?
Indeed. As ever. I will spare the pleasantries then. May I ask if you two are available to help? Well, let me go over it briefly. Our client for this job is the Yashiro Commission. Apparently, Rift Hounds are attacking the roots of the sacred sakura nearby Mount Yogo in great numbers.
Rift Hounds? On Narukami Island?
Yes. We are not sure where exactly these creatures come from. The sacred sakura is of tremendous importance to Inazuma. Good. Then you can see that this case is very urgent indeed.
Is the Tenryu Commission aware?
Yes, and they are already taking action of their own. However, given that the sacred sakura's root system is vast and complete, their main priority is to protect the civilian population. So they are The Adventurers Guild is one of the key parties assisting the Tenryu Commission with their work. But so far, the combined efforts to combat the Rift Hounds has failed to substantially ameliorate. You have our deepest gratitude. I will mark on your map the areas where Rift Hound appearances have been recently reported.
Relax, we'll be... The sacred sakura's in danger again, huh? Who'd have thought? Trying to destroy it! Time to teach him a lesson!
of the Electro Arc.
They're attacking the sacred Sakura! Stop them!
Wheel of life.
Inazuma shines eternal!
Orders given. Orders received. Life goes on. Yeah.
Right now. Right here. There is no escape!
You're toast!
Shine down!
Nice and spicy!
Emerge! Right now!
Wow, there are so many of them! No wonder the Tenryou Commission needed help! Come on, Traveler, you can take them! Into the fire!
Illusion shattered! Right here. Right now. Torn to oblivion!
Shogun? Wait,
Oh, it's you two. It has been a long time. We have not seen each other since the resolution of the Tenryou Commission crisis.
okay, sounds more like A. It is you, right? You sure made short work of them! That was amazing!
I'm making early preparations for what is to come. Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed the way the world is. Since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking,
Makes sense. You must get
might I remind you that I am not here to amuse myself. Recently, I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of youth. I considered this matter worthy of my attention, so I pursued them, and they led me here, where I happened to run into you. If the Shogun rather than I were to discover them, yes, perhaps she would have left the situation alone.
Why?
Precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, but rift hounds attacking the sacred Sakura.
A disaster?
Yes. Everything was engulfed in a pitch-black fog, and monsters ravaged the land. Countless lives were lost, and this homeland that the people had worked so hard to build barely escaped being obliterated entirely. The monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil. Their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more powerful beasts. So you've heard of it too. That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. Maybe to you, it seems like my response to these creatures was an excessive one. But an excess of caution is not unwarranted in this case.
Guess you can't argue with that.
Since we are both here for the same reason, from the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should be many more monsters nearby. All of them must be eliminated.
Paimon feels so safe when we're in Ace Company. Having someone uber powerful on your team kinda makes you feel invincible, doesn't it? Oh yeah, after we've dealt with the monsters, we should ask her to tell us more about Conria. This color! It's similar to the color when the sacred Sakura takes damage. Let's follow it. It should be this way.
He serves no purpose whatsoever. We are lucky. The damage is not too serious. The Yashiro Commission will be able to nurse the root system back to health.
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? And how come it's glowing? Huh? What's this? Could they be dead people? But what?
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
I can't go on like this. Not when the other troops are counting on me.
What happened here? Could you tell us?
Who are you? What are you doing here? Run quick while you still can! The monsters will be back. And once you're in their sights, we will defend Inazuma until our dying breath. You don't know? Inazuma is engulfed in darkness. Beasts and horrifying monsters are everywhere. They're merciless, ferocious, and they will devour everything in their path. Every last trace of humanity's existence.
But look, none of that seems to be going on around here.
Not right now, but they'll be back. Look, get out of here. Now! There's no time left. The Almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. There is no one left to rely on but ourselves. I don't know how long we can hold out for. But if we abandon our hope, then we've got nothing left at all.
Don't worry, I'm right here.
It's... the Shogun? You're back. Please, we beg you. You have to help us. You have to save Inazuma. Only the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible darkness. Please, or the whole of Inazuma will be reduced to a hunting ground for the beasts.
Calm down. The war you speak of is over.
Over? But what do you mean? Shogun?
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush, and a soft breeze blows. This is Inazuma at peace, as you will no doubt remember. There are no monsters, nor is there anything else here that could threaten your life.
What? But how? Just moments ago, they were everywhere. I saw them tear my comrade to shreds with my own eyes.
Hey, calm down. Everything's fine now.
Huh. I think I understand. Yes, we were right to place our trust in the Almighty. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you.
What's wrong with him?
He's gone.
Paimon can't even begin to understand.
If I am not mistaken, what we just... the sacred Sakura can absorb and purify the filth in the ley lines. After the Rift Hounds attacked, some of this filth leaked. An entity formed with strong filth would be highly aggressive. But when purified, it presents in the form of a memory. Purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed by the ley lines shortly afterwards. In other words, it cannot exist for too long.
So the memories of the ones that died are all appearing at this moment?
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. What he was describing just now was precisely the disaster that happened in Inazuma 500 years ago. Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were local in origin. The disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern. I felt that I had to step in before it was too late. Otherwise, it would spread to all of Teyvat. But my friend, Kitsune Saigu, reassured me that I had nothing to worry about. She would shoulder the responsibility of protecting Inazuma and mobilize all. I could tell that, although neither of us acknowledged it...
So, Inazuma was attacked at the...
Indeed. Countless monsters suddenly appeared throughout all of Inazuma. I never had the chance to see her one last time. But even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined. Those...
Hey!
Yes. For the longest time, all my martial might was in vain. Though I could conquer Tatarigami and vanquish monsters, I was helpless against the ravages of time. Powerless to keep the ones I cherished alive. But after my clash with human ambition, when I traveled around Inazuma with you, I caught a glimpse of how the nation has progressed over the centuries. A glimpse of human potential. Everything far exceeded my expectations. Moving forward inevitably invites further loss, but also new encounters. Just think of that soldier. Despite all the losses he had experienced, he still chose to keep fighting for the sake of moving forward. All those who sacrificed themselves back then gave their lives fighting for a future, But as Inazuma's god, it is high time I honored their wishes. Warriors of the past, who spilled your blood on this land, your noble souls now rest in this earth. I will never forget you, and all that you did for Inazuma.
He's taking all this pretty hard.
Come on.
Expected there are a load of Rift Hounds here too!
Leave them to me. There is no escape! Now you shall perish! Illusion shattered!
Huh? Something seems wrong with A.
Why would you ask that?
Well, usually you'd pull out your sword and swing.
You are unduly concerned. I'm simply... Although I have some understanding of the situation already, I must be prepared for anything. If there are more formidable monsters lying in wait in this area, I must make sure I have the strength to face them.
Ah, makes sense. The roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. Hey, the same light is leaking out again.
Furuyama?
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon? I thought you were off fighting a battle in a distant land.
Fighting a battle in a distant land? Sounds like this guy's talking about 500 years ago, too.
Allow me to introduce Furuyama. He is a tea master and a member of my retinue. Though blind, Furuyama is unparalleled in his ability to appraise tea. He brews some of the very finest tea in all of Inazuma.
Your Excellency, you shower me with praise undeserved. I have simply had the good fortune to be in Your Excellency's presence long enough to become acquainted with all the skills that are required of me. It sounds like the Almighty Shogun has... I'm afraid I'm unable to serve you any respectable refreshment. After all, it's quite...
What should we do? Yeah.
I see. So, they have fought their way this far already. Most of the residents in this neighborhood have already escaped. They wanted to take me with them, but it seemed rather pointless to me. So, I decided to stay. And now the Almighty Shogun is here, I have even... Imagine if this was something that even the Almighty Shogun was powerless to resolve. Where could I possibly run to then? People flee out of a desire to live on. And the desire to live on stems from a feeling of having unfinished business in life. But me, I have no such thoughts, and I have no regrets. The Almighty Shogun often speaks to me about her dreams over tea. Just listening to her stories. I've been blind for many years, but her vivid descriptions took me on. One thing she always says is, good things don't last forever. Everything changes, fades, disappears completely over the passage of time. And so, people must make the most of the life they have, seize the chance to enjoy it while it lasts, and have no regrets in the end. So you see, as bleak as things may be now, I have experienced countless wonderful things in life.
Perhaps you are right.
It won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the Almighty Shogun for the last time. What? But I suppose it doesn't matter. Everyone says that Inazuma has turned dark now. But to me, once this catastrophe is over, life is sure to spring forth anew. But even if I survived... Oh, goodness me. Speaking of befuddled, look at... The almighty Shogun comes to visit and I don't have the tea ready. Truly... One moment, I'll just... I hope the others didn't smash it to smithereens in their hasty departure.
Can't see it.
Really? But it's always been right by my side. I couldn't possibly have my guests fetch it themselves.
Don't worry about it. Take a rest. We'll be back right away.
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you? No.
This place is... complicated. Leave it to us.
But... Well, okay. I can't decide whether it's a final regret.
Where should we go to find a tea set? Having a cup of tea isn't exactly the most urgent thing to do right now. But at the same time, this lovely old man from 500 years ago has been through so much. And it makes Paimon so sad.
I'm also feeling very nostalgic for his tea.
Oh, why don't we go to the Kamisato estate? There'll definitely be a tea set we can borrow there.
One, two.
It's the Traveler. And the almighty Shogun. How might I be of assistance?
I wish to borrow a tea set from...
Oh! Please step into the courtyard and have a rest, almighty Shogun. Oh, and I'll inform my...
Be at ease. I'm not here to see Commissioner Kamisato. Actually, I'd prefer to spend this time
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with it right away.
Well, it's not often we have the chance to chat. I'm sure you must have a lot of questions.
Right. Paimon wanted to ask that too.
I seldom had the time to drink tea. Any free time I had was spent practicing martial arts. So, in the vast majority of cases, the one he made tea for was the former Electro Archon, who was also my sister, Raiden Makoto. He may well have had an inkling about there being two Raiden Shoguns, but he always acted as if he was completely unaware of it. The philosophy of life that he shared with us just now, that was Makoto's view on reality. She always saw things that way.
You and Makoto had pretty different views, huh?
Indeed we did. It was the biggest difference between us. In her eyes, the most precious things in this world were dreams. The yearning for a better future held by living beings. They are similar, but not identical. When you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, I saw human aspirations light up the sky far above in the form of countless stars. This somewhat shook me. Now, it seems like she was right, while I took the wayward path.
Wow. There sure was a lot going on beneath the surface.
Makoto saw a bigger picture than I did. In her view, a dream is more imaginary, more abstract than an ambition. An ambition is a yearning for something material, or a concrete outcome. It is finite in nature, and will be replaced by a new ambition in due course. Makoto was more concerned with the force that drives humans to constantly generate new ambitions in the first place. It is something innate, rooted in instinct. In other words, it is something eternal.
That's, quite a lot to take in.
To put it simply, Makoto wasn't concerned about outcomes. I didn't understand at the time. How can we say that we are maintaining eternity when things are constantly moving forward and evolving? I suppose what it comes down to is the definition of eternity she set out with. Yes, it does. I always thought that she must have grasped some elusive, arcane wisdom to arrive at the conclusions she did. But in the last analysis, Makoto's philosophy was, on the surface at least, an elegantly simple one. Notwithstanding that it was also the more prudent choice, based on a more mature, far-sighted outlook.
Do you feel you're starting to understand her better now?
You have already witnessed my previous views on eternity. But now, I no longer cling to what was lost. I suppose that means our differences have been reconciled.
Almighty Shogun, I found a tea set. This one in particular should be fit for your Excellency's use.
It's quite beautiful. Thank you.
You are too kind. A humble servant such as I does not deserve the gratitude of the Almighty Shogun.
It's all good, sir. She's actually pretty chill.
Let us return. We ought not keep Furuyama waiting too long.
Tea set himself, would he?
Or perhaps the...
So we won't get... We didn't even have a chance to...
The information held in the ley lines is complex and disorderly. Well, this chance won't come often, and we do have it. I've watched Furuyama brew tea on many occasions. I doubt I should have any... The tea is ready. Please give it a try. So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. You're right. But the things we've seen today have brought back many memories for me. I've been reminded of many people, too. Kitsune Saigu, Makoto, and all the other friends who I watched pass even further back. Back at the Yashiro Commission, I kept the conversation reasonably lighthearted. But now, I'd like to broach a heavier topic, if I may. The events of 500 years ago not only robbed me of my friend, Kitsune Saigu, they also took Makoto away from me, for good.
She died in that disaster too?
Yes. She went to Conria alone, without telling me. Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist. Whenever similar crises had arisen in the past, I was always the one to face them in her stead. But this time, the circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice but to leave me behind. Or perhaps it was more that she went ahead of me, put herself in front of me, so that I would remain hidden. Yes. It was too late. I arrived only in time to hear her dying breath. She had already lapsed into unconsciousness by that point. So all I could do, it was there that we bid each other a final farewell. I cried bitterly. Even in those final moments, I couldn't understand her actions. Why did she go to Conria first, and not I? Why did she keep me in the dark about it? Was it to shield me? It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity. As a testament to that decision, I saved her realm of consciousness just before it collapsed completely, and brought it back to Inazuma.
That's quite a story.
When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. The tree that you know as the sacred sakura. That's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. That it had existed since time immemorial. They were so matter-of-fact about it, and couldn't at all understand what I was so surprised about. No one questioned it, and yet its presence contrasted so starkly with the area as I remembered it. It seemed as if I was the only one to have noticed it appear suddenly out of thin air. In the end, I simply had to accept that it was a miraculous effect of Makoto's consciousness. With the help of the sacred sakura's power, I was finally able to overcome the monsters and quell the disaster in Inazuma.
This is all really hard to understand. Kinda beyond Paimon's level.
Yes. She had such a great love for this land, and for its people. In this respect, I still do not compare to her. I once told myself that I would never speak of these events again. Facing the fact that she is gone is unbearably painful. But even the tea that is most bitter to the tongue, once swallowed, leaves some sweetness in the throat. And it's time I came to terms with it all.
While we're on the topic, since you experienced that battle in person...
Sister? You mean to say that she was somehow involved in the Conria disaster?
Based on what we've learned so far?
I'm sorry. I wasn't there for the whole thing, and also...
Oh, well... Boy, both of you have experienced great tragedy.
With this last cup of tea, thank you, Destiny, for giving us the chance to meet again.
We should go. traces.
Very well.
Faster? Okay, fast.
Once again, please leave them to me.
Hey!
Fear not. Fighting is what I do best. Shine down!
Are you alright?
I'm fine. Transcend all constraints. Torn to oblivion! My apologies.
Don't worry about it. Just take a... We'll deal with... Look, that's the same light again.
Where am I? Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too. Are you injured, Your Excellency? We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end.
Come on, men! They're coming back for more! Let's get them!
Don't! It's too dangerous.
Danger is our duty, ma'am. If we were the kinds to shy away from danger, we never would have taken up arms to begin with.
No need to worry, Almighty Shogun. When the situation looks bleak, we will draw on the power granted to us by the gods.
Is that a vision?
It certainly is. I know the gods are omnipotent, and their willingness to grant their power to humans means they have high expectations for us. If the Almighty Shogun is in trouble, now of all times is the moment for us to honor that.
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
Nobody knew where Your Excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair. But just the sight of you appearing before us once more has reignited the hope in our hearts. This hope is the light that will guide us out from the darkness.
Everyone, on me!
We'll help too!
Huh? Affirmative, but watch your backs.
Protect the Almighty Shogun!
Yeah. Boba, get them! Eat this!
Inazuma shines eternal! Illusion shattered! Ha!
Right here, emerge, a sight to behold. Light goes on. Faster.
Nice and spicy.
Orders received. Right now. Right here. Emerge. Wheel of Life.
It seems like their attacks are finally over.
I've never fought so fiercely before.
Thank you all.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
You fought phenomenally. The monsters will definitely come back. And when they do, it'll be more than a few Rift Hounds this time. Quickly, escort Her Excellency back to Inazuma City, and regroup with the General's forces as soon as possible.
When everyone sees the almighty Shogun safely...
Well, what are you guys gonna do?
We will stay here and guard against the monsters' advance. We are brothers in arms. As long as we stick together, we can face any number of monsters that come our way.
Just leave it to us. But the almighty Shogun is the only one of us with the power to change the present state of affairs. Only Her Excellency can turn back the tide of... No matter what kind of threat faces Inazuma, we will always place our faith in the almighty Shogun.
Oh, thank you all very much. I should not have left it this late to make this promise.
Don't worry, Your Excellency. We will never... With you leading us, we will claim back everything that Inazuma has lost.
Glory to the Shogun!
Glory to the Shogun!
They're gone.
It was both. The people's sacrifice has always caused me immense pain. But in dwelling on the tragedy, I overlooked the result being that in the centuries since, you could take the view that whatever I say to them is meaningless, because they are but disembodied memories held in the ley lines. But even so, they are due a resolution. I owe it to them, and to all the people who have placed their faith in me to date.
Well, Paimon thinks that even if it's a few hundred years late...
Thank you for your comforting words. But this is I used to think just like that samurai. That I was first and foremost, but what Inazuma needs more than a warrior, even though I am utterly unlike Makoto, and can never become the person she was, I still need to do the things that she would have done. Yes, they are. As the Raiden Shogun they revere.
Well said.
Change will come to Inazuma, and with it, new possibilities. This will take time, but eventually, the future will bring healing to the scars of the past. No matter how long it takes, I am committed to bringing this to fruition. Now that we've dealt with the Rift Hounds, this matter is halfway resolved. I will leave the Tenryo and Yashiro commissions to handle the follow-up work.
Alrighty then, let's move on. He looks calm on the outside, but she seems to have changed a lot. Huh? What's wrong, eh? Come on, keep up. What's going on? Are you feeling unwell again?
My body... I can't move it. It looks like the situation... No need. She is calling me. The time has come. Can you help me walk? I need to go to the cave below the Grand Narukami Shrine.
Why?
A battleground. One where I shall sever ties with the past and take the first steps into the future.
Yeah. Faster? Okay, faster. Faster? Okay, faster.
Another bad one?
1, 2, breathe. 3, 4, and
Talk to the Electro Archon whenever you are troubled.
Wish my sister could fly with Super. Hey, do you know what? Neither do I. I already forgot.
Another bad one? No, let me try again.
Talk to the Electro Archon whenever you are troubled.
Like...
We're finally here. The entrance should be nearby.
Whoa! Where'd the Torii Gate come from?
This is a place I once sealed off with my own... It looks like she...
Huh? What are you talking about? And who is...
Follow me.
Where are we go? Paimon's dizzy. Where did we get sucked into this time? Whoa. This place... Look! Look over there! It's another A!
We meet again, traveler. This body is an assistant to the one within, but it is also the guardian of the rules. Should the one within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
Wait! Paimon knows that voice!
You have wandered the realm in my body, and you appear to have grasped the true essence of eternity. You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. Thus, But have you really been enlightened with new ideas? Or have you been degraded by irreversible erosion? I'm here to show you my answer. We are both warriors, and the dialogue we must now have shall be conducted by the blade alone.
Wait! The M is... are you...
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the Shogun rejecting my continued use of her body. As she indicates, once I started entertaining the idea of change, I became hostile in her eyes. But inside a realm of consciousness, I exist independently. Though she is a puppet, the Shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
Paimon gets that everyone has their internal battles and... Hey, showdown with the Shogun?
The rules I set for the Shogun are... No. The Shogun herself is the manifestation of my past ideals. I would not try to change her if it wasn't necessary.
Isn't there any other way? Can't you talk it through or something? But they both just want the best for Inazuma.
My form is a symbol of supreme majesty in which has been vested power over all the realm. It is the cohesive embodiment of all that constitutes the Raiden Shogun. It inherits Ei's pain, the pain of inevitable loss that comes as she moves forward. So too does it inherit her determination to reach eternity. Every action undertaken is for the sake of resisting erosion. Determination, courage, love, hatred, all of these will be degraded and distorted by the incessant flow of time. Only rules shall remain constant for eternity. Those were my thoughts when I created you. Now, they are towering obstacles that I have no choice but to overcome. You wish to make yourself my enemy? I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Raiden A. In the end, even the proud and mighty Oni Maiden was cut down and disgraced. Though your blade has been cleansed of her blood and filth, never shall it shine as brightly as it once did. Evasion illusion shaft. Weak. This ends now. Inazuma shines eternal. Shine down. Pathetic. The eye sweeps the lands. Torn to oblivion! The pitiless sakura blossoms that once filled the skies fell to the ground as pitch-black rain. As long as the ley lines flow, the relentless erosion of time will never stop.
She's completely recovered?
Shine down! Now you shall perish! Illusion shattered! Weak! Torn to oblivion! The divine lightning that envelops all of Inazuma will fade silently into the clouds. There shall never be another. Never. For the rest of time. Stillness transcending. Inferior. There is no escape! Inazuma shines eternal! The eye sweeps the lands! Euthymia crumbles before me.
Have you finally defeated her?
It appears your martial prowess has not dulled. But how long can your will remain strong?
How the heck?
In this realm of consciousness, she was built to resist erosion. Her will is stronger than any other living beings, including you and me.
Then, does that mean this is gonna be a never-ending battle?
Maybe. But I have to prove to her that my present will is no product of erosion. If I don't do this, the Shogun's rules can never change, and Inazuma can never move forward. This is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last, months, years, centuries, and no matter how many times we must fight, I will defeat her. 500 years ago, humanity here in the present, they rely on their ambition to challenge wayward practices, tear them out like the diseased wood of an old sakura tree, so that new, healthy branches... It is about time that I learned to trust them. I understand that. But if the dreams of which Makoto spoke are true eternity, a short moment for which the Shogun does not exist is nothing to fear. I fight for the everlasting future of Inazuma. I vow to the subjects of Inazuma that I shall one day return. This is my oath. Please, be my witness. During my absence, I place everything in Miko's hands.
But this means that...
Pass on my words.
Looks like we got kicked out. Oh, what do we do? Are we really just gonna leave A and the Shogun to... She was making sense. And maybe this is the only way to change the Shogun's rules, but still... Right? Also, A can be pretty stubborn. What if she gets too obsessed with winning, and she forgets why she's there in the first place? It could happen. And then she might never leave again. Yeah, we should help her out, like we did Is there any way we can cut down how long she needs to spend in there? Or, you know, help her win... Well, whatever. We can't let anything... Oh, but we also can't get... Okay, well, first things first. We gotta find a way back in. Oh, come on, brain juice! Don't feel Paimon now! Oh, you're right. Who knows if she really understands these consciousness
Someone's not in the best of moods. Let me guess. I hope you realize how lucky you are. If it was anyone else, I don't think I'd have the patience to keep greeting them with a smile after the first few times.
But you're always smiling.
That was a figure of speech, do you understand? Nitpicking my turns of phrase. The sheer audacity.
Oh, yeah. Something really big's happening.
Oh, okay, I see. So, A's decided to palm Inazuma off on the humans, while she goes off on her own to fight a fierce battle that doesn't even have an end date. Impossibly stubborn. Jumps straight to the most extreme course of action imaginable. Presumes her sheer will can— You know as well as I do that she's always been like this. Why start fretting about it now? Rushed into it without thinking. Well put. Oh, so you seem to be under the impression that I am able to offer some sort of help? Who gave you that idea?
Is she playing dumb?
Uh-huh. You're learning, little one. But really, the truth of the matter, all I know is that it's the foundation of the sacred Sakura. And from what I've heard, it's a little—
Because Raiden Makoto is—
Not just because of that. The nature of the space itself is different in some way. But I can only speculate. You're the ones who have actually been there, so you tell me. Anyway, we needn't worry about the details too much. It'll just be a little— First things first.
Please, see that he stays safe. Protection of the electro armor.
Now then, I always have my ways. To the outsider, the realm of consciousness is a very abstract— In other words, even though I can't pinpoint the exact space—
So, it's abstract, but has a location, but you don't know where—
Yes, no need to try and understand it. Everything is turbulent and disordered. If you try to force your way in, you could be swept away by a giant wave that's— This is precisely why when entering the plane of Euthymia, it's
What? Alright, well, Paimon, stay here then. You two can go in.
Suit yourself. Worst case scenario, all we stand to lose is A. So what's the big deal?
You... Paimon's had it up to here with both of you!
Oh. Well, if you're quite sure, then of course. I say. Oh, nothing. It just seems extraordinarily— By the way, remember to focus constantly on— Only a strong enough will can prevent you from being swallowed by the giant waves of abstract space. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination. Well then, the door is open. Hop on in. I'll stay outside and provide what stability I can. I'm placing my god in your capable hands. For my sake, and for Inazuma's, please. Bring her back.
Miko, you better know what you're doing!
That's enough chatter. Get to work. Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
Huh? How can this be? You have returned. But how were you able to get back in? And this is a duel to remember. It is as if we have returned to the moment when the laws of eternity were first established. Your will today is as over countless battles. Not once have you lost. And had I made all enemies of eternity stand against you, you still would not have wavered. For your firm commitment to enforcing the rules, you bring honor to the title of Guardian of Eternity. Now these two return once more to this space. Then, let this be our final duel. The conclusion to that which began 500 years ago. Final duel? Huh. So you're finally willing to... Stand back, traveler. I'm going to be the start of something new. The time our duels took to fight was long enough to witness the rise and fall of nations. The energy they contain, great enough to vaporize the oceans and turn day into night. And the will they demanded, sufficient to penetrate minds and crush dreams. Yet, you have endured. I will endure forever. No escape. Witness the final calamity. Purge all obstacles! Inferior! Perish! Illusion shattered! Eternity is in my hands! This is the end. You have won. I believed you were incapable of transcending the past. But a will that cannot be eroded has... You need not worry about the future. I know your power more than anyone else. Had I relied upon my strength alone, I would have lost this duel for sure. Yet, my reason for fighting redefined my martial prowess and redrew my limits. I now carry the gaze of the myriad of expectant eyes, and whenever I think of this, I feel something stirring within Musou Ishin. The blade that I inherited from Makoto seems to be trying to guide me, to encourage me. I noticed it also. Just now in the heat of battle, it seemed to unleash This power is beyond the limit. This blade belonged to Makoto. Perhaps it can only respond to me with its full power when I truly understand and believe in her. When I clasped Musou Ishin in my hands, it was at once a familiar feeling and a strange one. Makoto, you have my approval. Your present will is not the product of erosion. From this day forth, this body will remain your assistant. I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past, but from today onward, you are me. Makoto never saw me as a fearless weapon. Likewise, I should not regard you as a mere tool. You truly have changed. I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow. The duties I perform will not change. But as a warrior, I look forward to the chance to fight like this again in the future. It was simply a new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Have you finished fighting?
Hello, A. And greetings, though I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro...
Makoto?
I'm so happy. You've come so far. I always knew you would make it here in the end. I left a faint fragment of my will in Muso Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power, I too would be released. A convoluted way to reach you, but... well, you held such deeply entrenched views at the time that you wouldn't have listened to a word I said. There was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. Please forgive me. All I could do was find some way to wait until you came to me.
But... you never mentioned this to me.
Everything happened so suddenly. I'm sorry. I've always felt terrible for having to entrust Inazuma to you all of a sudden. I should have been the one to impart these ideas to you, a little at a time, to dissuade you from your pursuit of stillness.
Did you know what was about to happen in Conria?
I had some sense of it. That place was not somewhere that any Archon could afford to ignore. In my present form, I can no longer perceive time. I don't know how long we have been separated before this reunion, and I don't know what Inazuma has experienced in the meantime. But I know that this must have been an extremely arduous journey for you. And I'm sure you must have wanted to shed tears many times along the way.
Don't look down on me.
See? You admit it. It was with this possibility in mind that I left here. Take it. But it is you who must take the most important step.
The light turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom. She who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh?
Is it really?
Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you. Do you know, A? I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred Sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye, eh?
So the A of the present planted the sacred Sakura in the realm of consciousness, and it took root in the Inazuma of the past. No matter what you make of it, it's quite incredible.
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Her eternity is a concept intimately connected with time. When you begin to touch on eternity,
a place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with ordinary logic. Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precisely to this point in time without any problems. And yet, that sense of disorderliness has now completely disappeared.
I don't fully understand yet.
Well, I'm not...
Without the sacred Sakura, Inazuma would likely have been completely swallowed up centuries ago by that disaster and the filth.
I know you've always perceived there was something special about the sacred Sakura, but to me, it has always been there. You've tried in the past to prove to me that there's a connection between the sacred Sakura and Makoto's...
No, but I understand why now. It was because...
But don't you think that tree looked a lot...
The sacred Sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so obviously I get to prune it exactly how I like it.
Ugh. Now we see who's pulling the strings.
I'm joking. That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving care of Kitsune over the ages to thank for how it appears today. And obviously I played my part too. It's fair to say that very little time passed between the moment you came out of that realm and the moment you re-entered it. But in that same time, centuries of battling took place on the inside, did it not? Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly. At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts, but suffice to say, time added a whole new dimension to our search. Simply establishing a location was not sufficient. Fortunately, your will was strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the moment in time most likely to be the intersection of all that you were wishing for. The flow of turbulence may well have been influenced by Makoto, but it took everyone's efforts combined to...
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the final duel? We were always meant to be there to witness what was going to happen?
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside and the outside. So it was... My first thought was... But it turned out you had come to rescue. You too have my thanks. My body has fully recovered, and the Shogun's will no longer fights against me.
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. But after all...
I only heard her voice. I'll be fine. It brought a few things back. Of course, I have to say, this has reminded me once again just how brilliant Makoto was. She even it's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived to see this day. I just planted a seed.
Yeah, it was thanks to everything you did that you got to see her again.
Thank you.
Today, at long last, you and Inazuma finally emerge from the shadows cast by the events of centuries past. Makoto and you are Inazuma's past and future, and both are...
It's rare to hear such comforting words from you. I graciously accept them.
Oh, come on. You only think it's rare because you never used to listen to a word I say.
Makoto said the exact same thing!
Great minds think alike, I wonder, does that qualify me to, maybe, take the position of Shogun for a couple of days? Actually, no. Forget that.
We will have to end the frivolities there. The Shogun and I will closely review the Inazuma of today to find out where things currently stand. Then, we will give careful consideration to the future. After that... I will abolish the Sakoku decree.
Really? That's huge news!
I am no longer pursuing an eternity defined by stasis. I don't doubt that many challenges lie ahead for Ina. I'm looking for...
By the protection of the electric, may the blossoms of the sacred sakura bloom eternally.
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them. Abolishing the Sakoku decree has a myriad of implications. For example, I can foresee the outside world...
Hey, you're thinking about this all so conscientiously. I've only got a...
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma. Makoto's gaze was always fixed on the people of but now I see that hers was a gift.
If the people of the past deserved the god's attention...
Indeed. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma. To put it bluntly, it was faced with an endless battle. I had to remain focused at all times. Safe to say, were it not for my previous experiences in combat, my skills would not... And through it all, many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma. But I am prepared. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. It's not only the monsters that I am worried about.
That's a tough one, all right.
Since you clearly understand, perhaps you could think about... Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
Yai Miko said nothing of the sort, and the traveler has some nerve making up... Some words are not to be passed on. Trust me, you don't want to know the cost of betraying me. Just think of the things I said to you as our little secret.
What are you talking about?
Nothing.
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma.